Hey guys, Double here, and welcome to a new Double's Opinions on if I think the PlayStation 4 is a blatant ripoff of the Wii U or not. Before I get this started, let me just say I love both my PS3 and my Wii U. I know I haven't done any Sony content really on my channel, but that's just because I didn't want to butcher them horribly until I got an HD capture card. I got it in the middle of Paper Mario, so I saw no point in just starting a new one. So that's why there's no PlayStation content on my channel currently. That being said, I have been a fan of Nintendo longer. I have every single Nintendo home console ever made. And I have at least one game for every portable console besides the Virtual Boy. With PlayStation, I got into it on PlayStation 3, and currently Naughty Dog, Media Molecule, Sucker Punch are three of my top companies. For game development, at least. So before we get off that I'm obviously not a fanboy, let's go over the main topic of this video. So just so I know what I'm talking about 100% and not like making stuff up as I go, I have two pictures of the PlayStation 4 controller right now that I'm looking at, both at different angles. The main complaint everyone has is, oh my god, it's a copycat, it has a touchscreen, except the touchscreen's tiny. Really? It has a touchscreen? Does it? That's funny, I don't see anything that's capable of displaying images like a screen would be. I see a touchpad, but no touchscreen. Now, what's another video game device that has a touchpad on it? Can't think of one. Sony may have delved into that before, but I'm not sure. Whatever. Like, everything else is pretty much similar. I mean, besides two other buttons that I'll be going over, and the shape of a few buttons, and that light thing. But I'll be doing that stuff a little bit later, so everything else is pretty much the same. No one's complaining about that. You have the X, circle, triangle, square buttons, L and R triggers, clickable joysticks, D-pad, PlayStation button. Everything's fine. Even has a few new cool features like speaker. Apparently has headphone jack. I don't know. I can't see it on either of these pictures, but I'm assuming it has one because people have been talking about that. Two glaring new features are the share and options button. People are like, oh my god, this is the end of Start and Select. Rest in peace, Start and Select, we love you. Select really isn't used for anything anymore. So why do you even care it's gone? I mean, it's a nostalgic button, I know. I sort of missed it too. But what is Select used for? Half the time it either does nothing or the same thing as Start. Other times it's just a random button that does some sort of opens up menus. Like, I'm pretty sure in Metal Gear Solid 4 it opens or does the codec stuff, which that could be managed on the touchpad. But the Start button, I have a feeling, will be compiled under options. I have a feeling whatever Select needs to do will also be there. Like, maybe if they don't want to use the touchpad in Metal Gear Solid, if there's going to be another one, that they'll make it so you push options and then choose codec. That's just what I'm assuming options is. I don't know if they went into too much detail on the options button. I'm not sure whatsoever. The other thing, oh my god, people, I don't know if this has a name, so I'll be calling it the PlayStation 4 Community. So I think it might be called PlayStation Home because that was trademarked a while ago, but I'm not sure on that. It probably will have a name if it currently doesn't, but I'm just going to call it PlayStation 4 Community. basically, if you weren't paying attention to anything, the PlayStation 4 community has a lot of cool features. It has the Miiverse feature, which, notice how that was not pluralized, where you can like ask for help and put text stuff. It also has a cool feature where you can record and live stream. Now, the only reason I think that would be useful for me is if it's HDMI only, because the AverMedia game capture is component only. So if this console's HDMI only, then yeah, that will be something that would be useful for me to be able to record, unless it's like a 10-minute increment thing, which would be really annoying. Something else that's cool about the share button, or the PlayStation 4 community, is you can pretty much have a backseat gamer. Now, people are reacting differently to this, and every time someone complains, I'm just thinking, they're not gonna make it required. Is Miiverse required? No, they're not gonna make it required. So calm down about that. And if it's that big of a deal, I'm sure you can unplug the internet. Or turn off wireless, I guess. Whatever. Anyway, I know this wasn't too opinion heavy, just because it was more of a explaining things to people who are taking the raging Nintendo fanboys as fact. That's not a screen. I mean, it could have LEDs under it that can like display the PlayStation logo or something, but if anything, if you're gonna say that, it's more of a ripoff of the Dreamcast controller. Well, I mean the Wii U is, because if you're saying that to have a screen on the controller, I mean, all three are completely different. The Dreamcast is a crappy little LED thing that shows a logo or something. Most of the game does nothing. Wii U you can interact with, and well, we don't know the PlayStation 4 because just how none of the games seem to incorporate it. It seems like a short last minute thing. But anyway, what do you think about the PlayStation 4 and its controller? Do you think it's a ripoff? Do you still think that's actually a touch screen? Which, that's like the same size as the Dreamcast. Which, what most people don't know is that's actually its memory card. You can take those out. If you don't have one, the Dreamcast has a big gaping hole there. Post your opinions in the comments below. Bye, guys.